What is going on, everybody? I'm gonna turn this down and I'm gonna put us on the screen. What's up? What do you think? It's been a minute, man. What's going on?
It has been. 2023, this is the year. This is the year we start the road to WrestleMania right out in San Antonio.
We gotta get our sea legs back like we've never
We do.
done this.
Yeah, we do.
That's right. We're back. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Welcome to Niko Knows Best. The first ever episode, actually. Here we go. It's pretty interesting. If you're feeling frisky, you see the number right in front of you, 321. Let's turn this shit off. Put Hulk Hogan and this garbage. You know what's funny is I was just reading the lyrics to that crap real quick, and we're gonna get into who's buying WrestleMania, Mercedes Moné, AEW, Adam Cole return. We're gonna talk about everything, but right now I want to talk about that music I just played. This Hulk Hogan song right here. Listen to these lyrics right here. I was walking down the beach looking for some action. Had my radio set on a rapping rock station. Saw a girl drowning, sticky situation. She wanted me to give her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. A sticky situation. She wanted me to give her mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. The dude's making out with a girl. Hogan is making out with a girl. You realize that?
Dude, what's more disturbing? Hearing Hogan try to rap is what's more disturbing. That's horrible.
Here's my thoughts on Hogan right here.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. You realize that?
Oh, man. Good to be back, everyone. Let's see the chat. I see chat. Look here. We got Cool Mike C in the house. What's up, everyone? Yo, yo, yo. That must be Jay. Jay's the yo, yo, yo. I can already tell, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Keep the comments coming. Like I mentioned, if you're feeling frisky, give us a call. 32. I'm going to drop it right here at the bottom so you guys can see it the whole time. In the meantime, let's get going and let's talk about what everybody in the world is talking about right now. Who is going to buy the WWE? Cool Mike C, I'm giving it right to you. Who's it going to be? Who is going to be the person to buy the WWE? And before you get started, the Saudi Arabia rumor really got out of control.
Yes,
you know
that's clickbait.
Yeah, including me, and I do apologize for that because Cassidy Haynes is a reputable source at most times. He's only had a few of these botches, so for him to call out like that and say it's a done deal, there seemed to be a lot of confidence in his statement. So, and I tread lightly in my reporting. I'm like, sources say, take it with a grain of salt. But who do you think is going to legitimately buy the WWE, Mike?
It's all much ado about nothing with anybody else other than Comcast, NBC Universal. I mean, they've already got USA Network. They've already got Raw. They're never giving that up. You're not going to tear that away from them. They've got NXT. They've got Peacock. It's going that way. And the other thing is, when you look at SmackDown and you say, okay, well, it could be Fox. Fox could go into it. They're doing a good job with SmackDown and everything. They got their heads handed to them with UFC. I don't know if Fox wants to make an even bigger venture there, so I don't think they're going to do it. So it'll be NBC Universal ultimately. And
that the ESPN deal pissed me off because I got excited. I was like, let's go. UFC's on ESPN. I don't have to A, illegally stream it, which I normally do, or B, did I just say that out loud? I did not mean allegedly illegally stream an outlet, or pay the $60-$70 for the pay-per-view. Back in the day when it's Chuck Liddell, George St. Pierre, it made sense, but they have a show every week now. So when it came to ESPN, and then they pulled the bullshit where you could only have John's Bones Jones is going to be on ESPN plus the pay-per-view. You still got to order it. It was really a letdown to a lot of people, and I think that was where there was a monumental failure with ESPN. They just didn't give you the pay-per-views, and if they would have given it to you like that, it would be similar to Peacock, where you get WWE for a set price, and you're actually pretty happy with what's going on. I don't know.
It's true.
NBC,
and
you think NBC Universal has this on lockdown?
It's a lock. The other ones, when we talk about Disney, which owns ESPN, as you had stated, and then the other one would have been Amazon that we had talked about as well. But I just don't see them going out on a limb for that now, especially with Amazon laying people off and other things. It may not be a good look to just pick them up. The Saudis have the money. I mean, the market cap on that company is $6.5 billion. If they dropped 8, 9 tops, they'd have it. When you're talking $1 billion, if it's worth 6.5 now, if they got it for 7.5, they could do it. That's top shirt pocket money for the for the Saudis, but I just don't see that happening, and it would be too much blowback in the States.
It's the stuff they just pull out of the pocket.
Yeah,
they're like, here,
got a little tip money, break something off for you.
I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast, and he said that there's Saudis, because Elon Musk is the richest person, whatever. But they said there's with 300 billion. I don't know how much he has, but they said there's Saudis with trillion. There's trillionaires. Like just
it's sick money. Look at what Elon paid and overpaid for Twitter, as we know. They overpaid for it. $44 billion, dude. $44 billion. And I know it's a totally different animal, but I'm just saying, when you have a billionaire that has that much FU money to squander on 44 there, you think Bezos don't have a little top shirt pocket money to put down, like 7.5? He owns like WWE and everything. He could. I just don't know if it would make best sense for him. But NBC will pony up, and whoever pays, they're going to pay more. They will not let this one go.
You're going to hear all kinds of I even heard the cons today. Of course, their name's going to get thrown. Like they got $10 billion.
Oh, right.
I mean, he's worth. I googled him, $11 billion. Obviously, none of these numbers are legitimate, but he's not going to spend half his wealth on the WWE. I mean, I just can't see that happening.
Dude, he's already given Tony his toy to play with. That's enough. Be happy. You have your vanity project, and then ROH is your second vanity project, and Dark and Rampage. He's got his hands full.
Daddy,
for a lot of shows.
He was like,
Daddy, I want the WWE. No, that's not going to happen. I
think we're both in agreement here. It's going to probably be NBC Universal. It makes sense for everyone, and the Peacock era continues. It's just what needs to take place, but it could go. I mean, the Saudi deal is not a no. It's still a possibility that this thing could go down. And I mean, what are we going to do if it does? Because I'll tell you right now,
it's a hypothetical. It really is. It's not going to happen. It's
internet loss.
But think about it. When you think about it from their point of view over there, number one, they have the money. And number two, they got a lot more money because we're not pumping out oil and gas here. They're making even more money since we shut off the spigot 2 years ago. They're crushing it. And wouldn't it be fun just for them to say, we've got a piece of Americana, something as pure as wrestling, and something that's the biggest in the world, and we're going to get a return on investment, and they could hire Vince to run it because it's privately held, not publicly held. They don't care what he does. They don't have to report any shenanigans.
Insane. And the shareholders obviously get paid, tons.
A premium. They get paid a premium. So if they go, we're going to do a class action lawsuit. Yeah, try bringing that to arbitration in New York. They go, yeah, he sold the company because this, and I made too much money. Right. What's the class action lawsuit for again? When everybody wins, they're going to be dismissed, quicker than...
These people aren't dabbling in the finance, you know what I mean?
No, they're just spouting off and popping off.
Yo.
I like how everything starts going to the second, the third, the fourth level. They go, oh, now that the Saudis are buying WWE, Sami Zayn is quitting the company. I go, let's not get to step 3 before, we get to step 1. It just keeps unraveling like that.
Oh, Derek, Facebook is my side bitch. You don't get it. There's way more than 3. Facebook, I don't even worry about. I don't even want to stream on Facebook, honestly. It is what it is, but these people are ridiculous. All right, on to the next topic. The return of Mercedes Moné at New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 17. It was hyped about, it was talked about for a long time. The debut finally took place. She showed up. She looked like $1 million. Definitely a botch on the new finisher, but I don't know if that's her fault or Kairi Sane's fault. What did you think of the overall return of Sasha Banks, now Mercedes Moné?
I mean, she's clearly rusty, and even taking a few months off and everything else. But let's think about it. Who thought she would go anywhere else but WWE? You know, and who thought she'd go if she didn't go to WWE? She'd go to AEW, right? That's a natural. She really shocked everybody by going to New Japan. I mean, even though the rumors had leaked out and everything else, January 4th, she can do anything through the end of the year, so she could do anything in the beginning. So you knew it was possible. But still, who else has done that from WWE that just all of a sudden shows up in New Japan? When Jericho left, similarly, you know, he left and then he did the match with Omega where they had the Alpha and the Omega and it was Drew Big Money. But really, you haven't seen anyone else legitimately an active roster person that's not a legend like Jericho is ever do that. So it makes you wonder who could be next doing that with New Japan. And where could Sasha show up next? Because she didn't show up to AEW last week or this week. So what do you think? What do you think, Niko?
I'll tell you what. They hyped her up that she was coming with Britt Baker hitting the boss segment. And then what I heard is that Saraya and Toni Storm came out. Everyone was like, what the hell? And then after the match, the lights went out for a second. Everyone got all excited. And then it said Rampage. And everyone was like, what the hell? What is this crap? So AEW likes to do that. They like to tease. But I think when everyone's expecting her, but they never said she was coming. They never teased, like, other than that boss moment thing, which Britt Baker, you know, is good for her for pushing the needle because it got him to what they hit last night, 967,000. Not a bad number at all. That's real good. I mean, yeah, because NXT hit 700,000 New Year's Evil pay-per-views. So I mean, they're right around 1 million, and a shitty Raw will do, you know, 1.3, 1.4. So this war is a lot closer than you think.
Against Monday Night Football. Yeah, I mean, I know it's now that we're in the playoffs and stuff, but I mean, even during football, who else can handle that on Monday night? WWE, you know, they can make some big numbers on Wednesday because they go, what are you going up against? You know,
that's a good point. Do you think the numbers will flourish though once they like return back to that world without Monday Night Football? You think the numbers will like go? I don't think
for Raw.
Yeah,
I think they'll be going up for sure. Seasonally, they do. Also, you're looking at football season being over, so people that had been watching fantasy football, even watching bad games just because they have a little bit of interest in it, now even they'll be saying, hey, it's kind of a letdown. Let's watch something. And you're going to get a little bit of spillover, you know, from fans there that are wrestling fans and football fans. We're football fans as well as wrestling fans. So we had some time spent on football. But when you don't have any football, you go, come on, let's spend some more time over there. So I think just by that, it's going to pick up.
Let's talk a little WrestleMania 39. I know Royal Rumble's around the corner, and we'll get to it in a second. But, you know, just briefly talking about it, it's 4 months away. I always like to – there's always a big thing where people like to predict and figure out what the next move is, what's going to happen, who's going to be the main event. So my question for you, Cool Mike C, is this. Who is going to face Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? And if there's a two-part answer, meaning he fights both nights, feel free to let me know.
Yeah, I know you were coming with that, with a belt each night for Saturday and Sunday, because if anybody can draw money, it's Roman Reigns. I mean, he is. You know, we saw it in Dallas. We saw it in Nashville. People take shots at him and whatever. It's like, the dude's still bringing it pretty strong. Now, having Brock there obviously helped out, so we'll see what's what. But the clear choice, everybody knows, they've been waiting for months, and we know he's healthy now, is Cody. You know, we want to see Cody in the mix. Maybe he goes for one belt. Not the Universal, but the WWE. You know, the grandson of a plumber finally wins the title that his dad was just out of his reach.
Yeah.
And they were never going to put it on him with those polka dots. If he was the American Dream, once they did that rub on or that rib on Dusty, there was no coming back from it.
But he rubbed the hell out of them polka dots, though.
He did. And he even said, he goes, even though it was a rib and they were yanking him around, he goes, I never made more money than when I was in polka dots. He goes, I made it happen with him and Sapphire and everything else. So he did everything right, but didn't get the championship. And that's what Cody's here for, and that's why he bailed on AEW. And you know there was some promise there, and he promised the Dusty Rhodes collection, which you saw as soon as he signed. They had all the Legends Dusty stuff and everything else. So he's going to get a shot anyway. He will get a shot at it, whether he wins it or not, and they keep Roman going unbeatable forever. But he's going to get his shot. And then, of course, you could throw anything out the window if The Rock shows up with his presence and anything. You scrap anything to get him. So we'll see how that works out. And like Rock has always said, it needs to be a pretty strong business plan to get him to show up.
Well, that was quite switcheroony us.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
That's how I do things, man.
That's how quick I am, man.
I want to get like this. I could do it like this. We could do the switcheroony. You could be the guy. This is how it should be, honestly.
Should be. Do that.
I'm the pretty
one. We need to see Niko. We need to see Niko. We need to see the Shark. We need to see the studio. Look how dope that studio is. Let's be everybody that's watching. Come on. You can do a little clap for the studio.
We're all here to see the studio.
I'll take a smaller spot. I'd rather see the Shark than me. So that's
we
good.
Should be like this anyways.
We should. That's how it should be. Let's do that.
So I agree with you, Cody. It's all contingent upon who shows up at the Royal Rumble. But can The Rock miss the Royal Rumble and still?
Of course.
Is he going to show up at Royal Rumble, do you think, or not? You think you're going to see him there? We're
betting on it. We got our tickets. We're doing it just in case. So we're in it. We're betting on it.
We sure hope so.
Yeah.
All right. So we're in agreement that that's pretty much the direction they're still looking to go. My question for you now is, who is going to steal the show at WrestleMania?
Logan Paul and John Cena.
Ooh. Man, that's funny you said that because
when they break the internet with the hype for that leading up to it, and Cena just got a taste, and you know how much he loved it and how much he talked to the crowd afterwards over in Tampa. He's loving it. Cena will make time to do something like that, and he could do Logan Paul in his sleep, so he's not going to have a full training. But I'll tell you, Logan Paul, dude works his butt off. He does a great job. For a guy that's only had, 3 or 4 matches, he's done pretty darn good.
Hell yeah, he's done good.
And he's got the following, and he moves the needle. He does. When he shows up, he has casual fans that never watch wrestling that he brings along, and some stay. So to have that guy is more of an asset. It's not a liability. He's definitely working for you.
I totally concur. All right, let's move on to the big thing coming up in the future.
Yes.
Royal Rumble 2023. Cool Mike C and I will be there. Floor seats, not trying to brag, by the entrance.
You know.
Where we always sit.
That's
so we'll be getting some great videos. Make sure you're following me on the TikTok and the YouTube. We'll be live on all them, streaming and showing all our great seats. But make your prediction right now. You have 10 days, 20 days before it goes down live, 15 days. I can't count very well. 16 days. Who is going to win the Royal Rumble, Cool Mike C?
Well, the two obvious answers we just talked about. If The Rock is going to be there, he's going to be number 30. So everyone's going to be holding their breath till number 30. If he doesn't win it, you go, it's got to be Cody. Cody's got to win it. He's healthy. They've been sandbagging him for a couple of months. He's been ready to go. They're going to put him in. I think he wins it. After that, the guy who would deserve it, that's kind of taken a back seat for a while and would put on a good match at Mania, is Drew McIntyre. I mean, he's still a guy that can deliver main event stuff. We saw what he did over in Wales, right? When they had that match over there with him and Sheamus. Dude can deliver. So those would be the top 3, I think, that should be in the mix.
Banger after banger
after banger.
They're the banger bros now. They're a
yeah, they're good.
What's up, Nathan? Thank you for joining us. Juggernaut 97. I will be at the Royal Rumble with Cool Mike C. We'll be doing free autograph signings on the floor. And if I like you, we'll do a TikTok together. How's that? So I think we're on the same page with that too. I think it's, Cody's poised to win it.
Yeah.
Assuming that he's going to be facing Roman at the Rumble, and everyone thinks. Oh, and here's the rumored returns, by the way, so far. Edge, Doudrop, Chelsea Green, Matt Cardona, Booker T, and Logan Paul are all being rumored to show up at the Royal Rumble in the Royal Rumble match. So, and the one that that's going to make me exciting is Booker T, because the dude's still a stud. I don't know if
Yeah.
that takes, but when you hear that, can you dig it, sucker?
Sucker!
Love it, love it, love it, love it. So it's interesting to see. I think at the end of the day, the Royal Rumble is going to be one of those transitional shows. It's going to set up for the Mania. I mean, I don't think Kevin Owens has a chance in hell to beat Roman.
No.
Beginning of the end for the Bloodline and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's going to have that moment where he's going to have to decide between Kevin Owens and Roman, and he's going to make the wrong decision, and then Jay's going to want to fight him, and there's a whole thing that's going to take place. And I can't wait to see it. It's really this is the best time of the year right now between Royal.
A lot of mileage left, a lot of meat on that bone with the Bloodline, the island of relevancy. It's like they can do a lot. You're exactly right. It's when they turn on Sammy, or Sammy has to turn, or however they do it. Now you got the mileage with him and Jay right away. Yeah. And if he does something and Jimmy gets involved, he might have something going on there. Him and Solo could have something going on. There's so much that they could drag on until Mania, where it's like, Sammy against Jay or Solo or something let's face it, they have two Manias now, right? They have Saturday and Sunday. So they're not all bangers, right? So that would be a mid thing. But if you still have the island of relevancy, Sammy gets his chance and he's going against Solo because he busted him open at one thing or whatever. They could get a lot of stuff out of those guys still after they break up.
Nathan is asking, does Roman lose a title at Mania or walk out night 2 with both belts? I think the rumors are true.
He's got to lose one. Got to lose
one before Mania. And the hints, Nathan, that are sticking out to me the most when I watch Raw, especially, is Adam Pearce. He seems to be really getting sick of the Bloodlines bullshit. And he showed it last night. He was like, I'm sick of this again. Really? You know what? You guys have a match, or Solo has a match, and the Usos have He's going to be like, Roman, you got a match against Seth Rollins or whoever, and the Bloodline can't be there, and some's going to go down. So I think Roman will lose a title prior to Mania, and then it's either him versus Cody and Seth Rollins versus like a Drew McIntyre, or Seth versus Cody is really the storyline they're leading to, if you think about it, because Cody,
how many times did we see that last year, Seth and Cody? Let's see him fight someone other than Seth Rollins. I love them both, and I liked them together. We've seen the trio matches. Let's have Cody do someone else other than Seth, please. It's got to be someone other than Seth.
Here's the thing, and this is what we're getting at, Nathan, how they break up the belts. If Seth beats Roman and Cody just said, I don't want to face Seth anymore, I want to focus on the WWE title, guess what? If Seth has the title,
now you have to. Right.
Now you got to face him again. Now you got to face me again.
Right. Oh, they could do it. But I go.
Seth is more over than Cody, though, at this point. Seth is like turned into this.
Seth for the past 10 years. I mean, come on. He's one of the best guys over the past 10 years, from breaking free of the Shield, doing his different incarnations of what he's doing. The Drip God now is incredible. Yeah, he's definitely over. And definitely way more over than Cody is, for sure.
There's 2 pay-per-views before Mania. There's going to be the Royal Rumble.
Elimination Chamber. Right.
It's rumored that Sami Zayn will face Roman at the Elimination Chamber. But, I mean, all these rumors are fake news at this point. Let's be honest.
Right. Oh, yeah.
As this clown was saying earlier, Derek, fake news, Ella. Yeah. Oh, fake news. Okay. Let's move on. Women's Royal Rumble. Who is going to win? Make your prediction. Who you got? I'm sure the contenders are Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Raquel Gonzalez. I don't even know if Ronda will be in the running or not at this point. She's mentioned tag team with Shayna, but Shayna Baszler. Who do you think's going to win it? Who do you think's going to be the big surprise, if any?
That's more the interest as a surprise, because they can always put someone in to win it. We'd all love to see Rhea. We know that. We love Rhea. Love Judgment Day. We've loved Rhea since NXT and everything. Actually, the Mae Young Classic. But, I think that seeing Chelsea Green come back, that's going to be a good pop. There was talk of her kind of either getting with Toxic Attraction, kind of stepping into the Mandy role, or a similar type thing, that they've had, like when Paige was there, bringing Mandy and Sonya along, do something like that. But the ultimate would be to see Mandy come back, right? I mean, that would shock the world if Mandy, she had that interview with Tamron Hall. She was very kind and cordial to WWE, didn't burn a bridge, just said she was hurt and disappointed. Of course, when you have $1 million, you don't know what it's going to be. But I guess my pick...
$1 million in the month of December.
$1 million in a month. And she she went from 30 a month to 40 a month when the bad news came. So you talk about controversy creating cash. That is like the textbook example in the shortest amount of time that you could do it that fast. So good for her. And we love Mandy. We wish the best for it. But I guess my pick in this would be Rhea, even though she's probably a heavy favorite. Why not? Who wouldn't love to see her at Mania go for a title?
I agree with you 100%. I see Rhea being the odds-on favorite because there's the endless possibilities. There's Rhea versus Bianca. There's Rhea versus Charlotte. Any of that works.
That's a dream match to see her in Charlotte.
Becky versus Charlotte. I mean, Becky's always in the mix somewhere. Becky and Bianca have had their own thing going for a long time. Becky Lynch could always win a Royal Rumble. She's loved in the back and all that. So I don't know. Did you watch AEW Dynamite, by the way, yet? I didn't want to talk ahead of time if you didn't.
No. Go ahead. I didn't see it, but I always watch it the next day on Hulu.
All right. So AEW Dynamite did 967,000, as we said earlier. Not bad at all. Pretty decent number for them. They're inching around that million.
I know there's no Sasha or Mercedes Moné. That's the biggest thing. So it was more of what it wasn't. And then, of course, I saw some clips and Adam Cole coming back. Adam Cole, baby, coming back. Yeah. That's big news.
He got the huge pop. Adam Cole coming back got a loud return.
And he should. He is. He fits in so well there, and I wish him the best. We loved him with Undisputed Era, and seeing Adam Cole, baby, coming back is always good.
His story was sad, though, because he had some really bad two-banger concussion. And he was struggling just to even make it to the mailbox at times.
Shoulder wounds, all kinds of things.
So Adam came back. Mox and Hangman had the weirdest interaction I've seen in a long time. And if you want a really good laugh, go listen to Jim Cornette talk about it. He called him Plumber Moxley and Dale Page, and he's like, "Oh, it was so funny. I wish I could play it, but YouTube would block me and cite me for a whatever infraction, so I'm not going to do it." MJF cut some promos on I cannot do his name. Taka. I don't even want to say it. The young Spanish or the young Japanese guy that has a lot of promise. I heard there was a hint of racism in there. He was like making fun of his name, but I did not get to hear that personally. And then Bryan Danielson ran out and chased him around. I think, unfortunately, at this point, it seems like Danielson is kind of a transitional person and gonna let MJF. I don't see MJF losing the belt anytime soon. I just
no. This is just one more thing to, number one, showcase Bryan Danielson, which all wrestling fans want to see, and number two, another way that they did before when they had Wardlow doing all this light work for MJF. MJF don't get touched. He don't get hurt. They're saving him big time and really saving his career. This guy doesn't hardly ever get touched. The guy does, 4 matches a year? Half a dozen, maybe? That's it. He's smart.
He's living that good life, man.
He is. Getting paid.
I can't believe he only had 4 matches. That's crazy. I know he was injured or whatever. But, insane.
Yeah, allegedly.
And then the main event, Omega and Bucks win the trios gold.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. And Game 7 of the finals and all that. They made a big deal about it. Yeah, so who couldn't see that coming? Who can't see these guys who are still back and CM Punk's never coming back, and they're coming back and they're not going to win the trios title? Come on. That's like Georgia TCU. Okay. We knew the outcome pretty early on, like even before kickoff or even before the bell rang, that they were winning that trios title. No suspension of disbelief there. That was automatic.
Well, I mean, it's easy when you write the script.
Yeah, but I'm saying again, the fans knew it. Of course,
I
they
go
wrote
over-
it, but I mean, we could have done it. I mean, nobody wrote anything different than that.
Crazy. So Nathan asks, do you think MJF will leave AEW if WWE sells?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question. I think MJF has done a great job. He goes, when I leave in 2024 and 2020, and it's like 2 years away or whatever it is. And he's milking it for all 2023. We're going to hear about 2024. That's how good he is at holding people's attention. And now we have people talking about the sale of WWE, which hasn't even happened. We don't even know who's going to buy it yet. And everybody's talking about how everybody's going to be going one way or the other. If the Saudis buy it, everyone from WWE is going to jump off ship. If someone else buys it, maybe we'll get more people from AEW coming over, MJF included. So it's too early to talk, but isn't that what's so good about wrestling is just playing these different things where it's like, let's think 2 or 3 steps down the road. Let's put the cart in front of the horse every time,
right?
Like a mile ahead of the horse.
We agree. He is an amazing young talent. He's 25 years old. He's the AEW World Champion. He's got the whole world in his hands. And by the way, The Rock and Stone Cold were all kind of young and crazy like that too.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right in line with what is expected out of a champion, and he's doing a great job with running with the belt. I mean, and CM Punk took a jab at him today. I saw he had a Pro Wrestling Illustrated and he crossed out CM Punk and put his name for whatever wrestler of the year. And CM Punk said, if you could only cross out the ratings, because his ratings.
Oh, smack.
Took a jab at him because he thinks he's cool.
Ratings were higher when I was a champ. They were always above 1 million, right?
I don't know if calling him a Miz 2.0 is even a compliment, though. Because the Miz is kind of cheesy. I guess MJF, I don't know.
Well, it's always an insult to call him the Miz. But let's face it, the Miz is actually a pro's pro. I mean, you look at the mic skills he has, the heat he can get in a short amount of time. He can deliver in big matches. You know, so when you say it's an insult to call someone the Miz, it's really not. But for the fans that are following MJF and things, they're going to go, wait a minute, you don't want to be this candy ass. You want to be like a badass. So,
right.
Yeah, he's better than the Miz in that respect. He's got a much stronger edge to him, you know. So he's way beyond the Miz, on the tougher schedule for sure.
Definitely. And everyone, don't forget to tune in Monday at 1 p.m. We will be interviewing Missy Hyatt, pro wrestling legend. She has seen it all and done it all. What do you think about that? What age did you see Missy Hyatt and think, man, that chick's hot?
I would
1985. I was a young man and I really enjoyed it.
I would say back in April when Jay had his hands on her
at the pizza
at the pizza place in Dallas. That's what I would say. When Jay was macking on her, I thought that was always. I couldn't finish the pizza after that, but I mean, I thought it was good for him. So,
moving on to our favorite show of all, NXT 3.0. I don't know what to say about NXT. It's definitely lost its luster from a year ago, from 2 years ago, 3 years ago, especially. But, you know, COVID kind of kicked NXT in the nuts from that moment on, because they had that amazing show where Gargano we were all there right there where Gargano threw, or I'm sorry, was it Ciampa threw Gargano threw Ciampa through the Raptor or whatever. And that was insane. And from there, it's just been a complete downfall of, I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, the ropes broke twice during Braun Breaker and Grayson Waller. Did you get to see New Year's Evil, Mike?
Yeah, with you. Oh
yeah,
remember I was the guy sitting next to you.
Oh my god! So the ropes broke twice.
That was me.
I forgot all about it. The ropes broke twice at the Breaker match. You know,
too many doubles, too much this and that.
A foo bar. Love the Yeti tailgate. Can't forget about that.
That was the best.
And now they've announced that they're going to redo. They've announced they're going to redo the match in a steel cage at the Vengeance Day in North Carolina. So we don't get to see that either. So, and do you think Grayson was
I can
going
see
to
that at Aruga's too.
maybe? Is it on a Tuesday?
Well, the way it
Do you
turned
think
out, it's
Grayson was
almost
set to-
like I'd say no, because the way they had it set up, it looks to me like in one way or another, they were going to have it set up to be a revenge match where Grayson was wronged and now he has a chance to win him back, a month later in Carolina. So I don't think so. I mean, first of all, is Braun Breaker going to lose? I don't think so until he's ready to go up. I don't know if they're ready for him to go up just yet. Maybe after Mania. And then two, if Grayson's not going to win it, but they like him and they want to build him, you don't want him to just be a doormat. Maybe you could stretch it out a couple matches. Maybe, this second one he can win it. But to do it just all at once, no. But if he does win it, then look for Braun Breaker in the next couple of weeks on the main roster. Because he's not going to lose the title and stick around NXT. It's because they're pulling him up early. So it really depends more on the main roster of when they want to pull Braun Breaker, and then they'll give someone else a chance. But until then, no, he's not giving up the belt.
And I'm a little concerned how Braun is going to do on the main roster. I mean, he's been a complete powerhouse at NXT, but he's not going to run over Drew McIntyre.
He's going to be a regular guy on the main roster. So, yeah, his whole dominance shtick is not going to work. He's going to have better hands. And I think that's why they haven't moved him up. They're still working with him in the back. They're still working with him in the ring and getting some things done that they maybe didn't show us in NXT that they're kind of saving for the main roster. So that's why I don't think he's got to give it up just yet.
Look at that camera. We got to fix that shit.
I know. That's too grainy. I told you I got another one. I got to get the 4-1.
So I know
this is a trial. So
we're in a trial error. As that dude said, no one's listening.
I'll get the other one by next time, but I just go.
The answer, will Niko be going to WrestleMania, is negative. I will not be going to WrestleMania this year. I chose to go to Royal Rumble instead. The tickets are out of control. The flights are out of control. The hotels are out of control. I have a really busy year with my personal life and work. It just doesn't add up this year. And I'm really sad about it because I've gone to the last 3 or 4 WrestleManias in a row. I've been to 7 altogether. However, if The Rock shows up, he's by far my favorite wrestler of all time. And there's a good chance I might make an appearance. I probably won't be floor because I'm not spending $2,000, but I might be there up in the 100s or 200 if The Rock does show up just for the experience. So we'll see. As of now, no, I'm not going to Mania. I plan on watching it at my house, but we'll see how it goes. Are you going to Mania? Are you going to Royal Rumble? Let me know.
I would say to Nathan, he'll be there if The Rock's there, and he won't be there if he's not. It's that simple, whether it's dollars or cents or anything else, you're not going to have any sense. It's going to be something illogical. You're going to see The Rock. It's the last time he'd ever be in a Mania against Roman Reigns, and you're going to miss that. You'd be kicking yourself forever. So it's like, if that happens, you'll be in the house. But if he's not there, it's not worth that premium dollar they're charging now. It's not.
I'm gonna do it like Mark Cuban would do it. I would fly in Sunday afternoon.
You private jet.
Straight to the arena, watch the show, fly home.
The Extra Express.
Ride home on the red eye that night. I'm not missing. We'll see how it goes. As of now, no. I am going to the Royal Rumble though, so we'll see. Yeah, it's super expensive, bro. It's like thousands. I'm not trying to be like that. Let's continue on with NXT. JC and Gigi both advance to the finals to face your girl, Roxanne Perez. Toxic has broken up, but they are back. They turned on each other briefly. They did the whole Shawn Michaels, British Bulldog. I can't remember who did it, where they landed at the same time. Batista and Cena also did it back in the past, but is this the emergence of Gigi and JC, or are they going to screw each other over and that's how Roxanne wins? Or where do you see this whole thing going? And this, by the way, is also going to be at Vengeance Day in February in North Carolina. You got Mike.
Well, we love Toxic Attraction. So we love Gigi and JC, no question. Of course, Roxy. I love Roxy. So I think Roxy's going to be the champ for a while. There's no sense putting it on her to take it off a month later. There's no reason I mean, they gave it to her in December, and she didn't have to do it at New Year's Eve. It's like she's going to be going to Vengeance Day. I go, she's not going to be a doormat. She's not a joke. They're really trying to build her up. So she's not going to lose at Vengeance Day. But to the second part with Gigi and JC, the bigger question is, will they be singles or will they stay as a tag team when they go to the main roster? That's the big thing. And do they bring in someone like Chelsea Green to take over the Mandy Rose role? Or do they have Chelsea Green working with two other, talents there from the, from the Performance Center? So that's the biggest thing. Because Chelsea Green's coming out. She's coming out at the Rumble. It's going to be a big pop. People are going to like it. Now what do you do?
And you think
now what do you do?
You think you put her in Toxic, it makes sense? I don't want to see that shit.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
3 horrible wrestlers, let's be honest.
But let's think about it from their perspective. She was never, I know she was on the main roster. She shows up, she breaks her wrist right away. Smackdown. She had no impact at all. She didn't even do. I mean, I like Chelsea Green. We liked with Impact, but she needs to be polished up a little bit. And they saw what Andy did, where she worked with two other younger ladies, bring them along. I think that would look at what Paige did when she brought them along years with Absolution. It's like, try that with Chelsea Green. Let her kind of build her stuff up in NXT. Maybe she doesn't have to stay a year and a half like Mandy did. But I think for her, what are you going to do? Throw her in a WrestleMania match when she just pops out at Royal Rumble? She's not ready for that. No one's going to buy it. She needs to polish her reputation up a little bit. And I think NXT would be a good fit for her. But I want to see her, but she can't handle that. She's not main event right now. She's not. She wasn't main event anywhere. She was in Impact. Nobody saw her in Impact. They have 200,000 people watching that on Access? It's a joke.
We've been going to NXT for 5 years straight now. We could tell you who is main event ready on that roster. I mean, Mandy Rose was main event ready. She's gone.
Right.
And that's truly main event ready right now is Nikita Lyons, in my opinion. I mean, sure, you can send Zoe Stark up there, but why? What's the point? I mean,
Nothing.
She's not going to. You know what I mean? Cora Jade's not ready. Roxanne Perez is not ready. Tiffany Stratton is not ready.
She's girls, hot though.
Tia is not ready.
None.
They all have potential and they're going to be great one day, hopefully. But
half of them, maybe.
Who's going to face Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch? I mean, even Raquel Gonzalez ran over everyone in NXT and now is, not the sharpest tool in the shed on SmackDown. It's just it's how it works up there. She lost to Ronda like 14 times in a row. So, anyways, getting back to this, do you think Gigi or JC have a chance to beat Roxanne in the triple threat at Vengeance?
Nope, no way. I think you're exactly right. At one point in time, one of them's going to win. They're going to turn on each other. Roxanne's going to come in and roll one of them
up. They're going to go to pin, pull each other off.
Yeah.
Gimmick.
Oh yeah. They're gonna turn on each other. Roxy's gonna win it.
Oh. And then the biggest shocker I think for all of us was Jinder Hall showing up at the. I didn't hear about him coming. That's funny. Veer is coming. How long did Veer come for? And now Jinder's coming because ironically, Jinder's coming because Veer is injured again, I guess, or he wasn't there for whatever reason. I don't know.
What else was Jinder doing?
Jinder's coming and Jinder's going.
What else was Apollo Crews doing?
Yeah, and what was New Day doing even?
What were they doing?
NXT
they have been nothing without Big E. They're nothing without Big E. Big E carried them. I mean, he was legit. He was really, really good. I hope he still makes money out there, but God, that just shows how fragile things are, But thankfully, he didn't even need surgery. That's how tough he is. You break the guy's neck and he heals, comes right back even without surgery. So I hope the best for him.
That guy is a total stud. We are at 45 minutes and 42 seconds. We are going to go live for another 15 minutes, and then we're out of here, knocking out our first hour of 2023. Mike, thank you for joining me. Oh, I forgot about the chat room. Sorry over there, guys.
Oh,
chat
yeah.
people.
We're getting some calls coming in. Let's have... Tell Nathan to call in. Nathan, call in.
I don't think anyone has the cojones to call in. I think they're all scared, bro. We got 20 people on.
Nathan will call in.
No. If anyone wants to call, leave a chat that you'll call in, and I'll provide the number. In the meantime, we're gonna go hit the news in a second. I'm so rusty, I don't even have my shit lined up for the news. We need Mad Dog. Where are you, Mad Dog? We need you for the news.
No, we don't.
Just kidding. No more Mad Dog.
But you'll be ready for Messi. That's what's most important.
He said he's calling in. We'll see. All right, buddy. All right, pal.
There you go, Nathan. Give us a call.
There you go. 321-613-8363. Give us a call. Let me turn it on and make sure I'm ready to go. I'm ready to hear your call. Call in and we will talk pro wrestling. In the meantime, we'll get to the news in a minute. Mike, are you glad to be back on the radio, on the air, on the mic? How does it feel?
I think we need to work it out. Love your studio. Love what you're doing. It's just getting better and better. And now we just have to, strategically get more and more guests that we've had in the look at that studio. Come on. That's dope.
Hello?
I mean,
is anyone there? Nathan, are you there?
Come on, Nathan. We got to try it out. We got to try out the phone.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Talk. Can't hear you. Audio. There you go. Nathan, how you doing? Welcome to Niko Knows Best.
How's it going?
How are you?
There we go. Nathan number one.
Look at us. We're trying shit out. It's working.
I got to get the camera.
Thanks for joining us, Nathan. How is your day going?
Not too bad. Just chilling.
Chilling like a villain. So tell me, Nathan, we asked the big question earlier. I'm going to ask you right now on the spot. Who is going to win the Royal Rumble Men's Edition? I want to hear who you got.
American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Question number 2. Will The Rock show up at the Royal Rumble?
Yes, but I hope he does not win the Royal Rumble match.
Very interesting. Is he going to be number 30, or is he going to show up in some capacity in that Roman Reigns Kevin Owens match? That could really go any way,
He'll show up right after Roman Reigns beats Kevin Owens.
Nice. Here, hold on. I'm gonna try this. Look at this. I'm gonna make us look professional. On the phone is Nathan. Yeah. We're so professional. The Rock is mum on returning. I think everyone is mum on returning, Potter Anthony. And that's the beauty of it, because let's be honest, these spoilers are quite fucking annoying at this point, hearing all the spoilers. And I'm a victim, just like everyone else, of talking about them. We've been talking about them here,
of course. You can't help yourself.
What can I do for you, Nathan? What would you like to talk about on Niko's Knows Best episode number 1? You are the first caller to test it out. This is exciting. I have the capacity to take live calls. This is fun. What would you like to talk about? It's your platform. Go for it.
So does Roman Reigns lose the title at Extreme Rules, Royal Rumble? When does he lose the title?
The question is, when does Roman Reigns lose the title? I'm going to say Roman Reigns is going to lose the title on a generic Raw to Seth Rollins in the next 30 days. After Royal Rumble, before Elimination Chambers, it's going to become the beginning of the end. And granted, all the reports are saying not only Roman's going to walk into Mania with both belts, but he might walk out of Mania with both belts. That's kind of the consensus. So this is a wild guess, and it's the only thing that makes sense to me for them to actually break up the belts is for Seth Rollins to beat Roman Reigns on a random Monday Night Raw when the Usos and Solo are banned from the building, and magic takes place with Seth Rollins. Other than that, I don't know. Mike, what do you got for us?
I'd love to see it at a pay-per-view. But you're right. That would shock the world. Kind of like when AJ won the title at an MSG show and nobody knew he won it at a live event. But they're not going to do that. But yeah, if he won on Raw to help them out, that'd be a good way to kind of kickstart stuff after the Rumble. It's so big and he's held it for so long. You want to see it matter at a pay-per-view. But the reality is that would shock the world if he did lose it on Raw. So that's a good call. But why would he lose it on Raw if he's on SmackDown? Because he has to lose the WWE. And you're saying he's going to lose that one.
Yeah, the Universal
instead
belt.
of the Universal. But he could lose the Universal to KO. But he won't. So do you think he's going to lose the WWE?
Official Lone Wolf says... Oh, we have another call. Nathan, thank you for calling. We will talk to you later.
All right, buddy. Bye.
Bye, buddy.
All right, Nathan. Thanks.
Potter and
Hello. You are on the line. Potter Anthony.
Hello. My guess is Roman Reigns is going to be the WWE champion for a while. He's going to be like The Rock and John Cena and everyone else, including Hulk Hogan, who lasted between 5 years and a decade. And everybody in the bloodline across the industry is going to support that with WWE being sold to the Saudis. Look for, he was on social media in Arab saying the bloodline is complete.
Well, there you go. You have it official from Potter Anthony. He just knocked it out. Potter, thank you for calling. We will be going live weekly. We want to hear from you again. Thank you for calling, buddy.
All right.
Oh, this is fun. I like it.
It's
you are
good.
great. Nathan, look at you. You just popped your cherry. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah, Nathan.
Thanks for joining us. We have 7 more minutes before we have to get off the air because Mike and I are old and we're what we call old heads on TikTok. I didn't know that until people started making fun of me. I'm an old head. Did you know that?
Is that what they called you, an old head?
Yeah, I'm old and boring, but 120,000 followers, but that's okay.
Yeah, and they show up to see you all the time. But
All right,
no
more
they're
calls,
going to be busted.
guys. I would say we tested the calls out, and the calls were a huge success. So I'm turning off the line for the night.
Great job to Nathan and Potter. They did a great job to help
Great
out the
job,
show.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
We're gonna
is show
close
one. We
up.
have to try it out.
Shut your mouth and know your role, Jabron. Hold on.
Let's go.
Boogie on out of here. Let's do it.
We got to boogie on out of here. All right. It is time for the news. It's time for the news with your special host, Niko Exxtra. What do you think?
I like it.
Or do you
Play
like
it up. Play it up.
Or do you like this one better?
Yeah, that's more dramatic. Yeah, they got those timpani drums.
You know, honestly, I do this show. I feel like a bootleg Howard Stern. That's what I love about it. Oh, it's so great. Anyways, news report number 1. Vince McMahon's return on Wrestling Observer. Dave Meltzer, Uncle Dave, reported that he believes McMahon's ultimate goal is to regain creative control after the company is sold.
Ding, ding, ding.
Do you believe this to be true or false? Cool, Mike C. Obviously.
Oh, so true. And that's why he may entertain the idea of selling it to the Saudis. Because if he does, he could have control. And this guy thinks he's going to live forever. You know, his mom lived to her 90s, so he thinks he is. And he wants control. And if the Saudis buy it, it's privately held, not publicly held. He could do all the shenanigans he wants. The Saudis aren't going to run it. It's just their toy to own, and they would gladly hire Vince to run it. So if the Saudis buy it, Vince is definitely in control, 100%. If anyone else, like we said, NBC, Universal, Comcast, no, he won't. He'll be out.
I totally agree with you. You could not said it best yourself. And that's just how it is. I think, unfortunately, that is a true rumor, and Vinnie Mac is here to take back over.
He'll take it if he can get it. If he can get the Saudis to pony up, and if it's $6.5 billion now, and they get, say, $7.5 billion, which is a huge premium, but say he pulls it off, say he gets $7 billion. The shareholders can't hold it against him. He's going to finally get to cash out of his shares, and he'll probably have an arrangement where he has some private equity holding with the Saudis and a guaranteed 2-year contract for consulting that'll have him, Stephanie, Triple H, and the Brain Trust still intact for the next couple of years as a transition. Everybody's going to win if the Saudi buys them. It just comes down to how many wrestlers may bail on it.
This Vince going to jail always makes me laugh. Official Lone Wolf on Twitch. Thank you for joining us. No, Vince is not going to prison. In fact, he's going to become a billionaire from this sale. It's the opposite of prison. It's and I'm not trying to get political here, but if Donald Trump ain't going to prison and no one's going to prison, that dude has classified stuff hung underneath his bed right now. You're worrying about
so does Biden. He had stuff right by his Corvette too. He had it by his Corvette in the garage, and we're
worrying about Vince McMahon getting a little.
I know we're not worried about him, and
these guys have classified items underneath their bed. I mean,
right.
And they're not going to jail. So
stuff that could be sold for serious dollars to China or some other.
And I agree with you, Nathan. I do believe Stephanie left because she saw the writing on the wall and she sees Vince's ultimate plan.
Daddy told her to, and she left. She did the right thing. Good for her.
Daddy told her to.
He did. He told her. She resigned, and he signed in at the same time. It wasn't like a week or two later. It was like, is my seat still warm? Good. Get out. And she was gone. Yeah.
News number 2. Jay White's contract is up soon. He's expected to leave New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Be still my heart.
Where will Jay White end up? The Switchblade. Impact.
No. He'll be at AEW. He'll be at AEW, and he could still show up and do events with New Japan and stuff. He'll do that. He'll be at AEW.
I agree. I think he's already actually showed up on AEW. But
yes, he has. He has.
Jay White's a stud, but he's not WWE's kind of
No, guy. He's not their guy.
He
might even be an ROH champ too, but he'll be within the umbrella of AEW and Tony Khan, and Tony will let him do one-offs over at New Japan. It's going to be better for Jay White there. It really is.
AEW, I think, and the consensus is people are saying he's going to be in AEW.
For sure. It's a perfect for him.
Rumor number 3. We're down to our final couple minutes. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We really appreciate it. Dave Meltzer says Vince McMahon started talking to Saudis in July. What do you think, Cool Mike C? Is this true?
100% true. Sure. He's got them on. When they talk about Batman and the Bat phone and this and that, they got his number, man. And he's got their number. When he's bringing in $100 million for those shows, and he's got them on speed dial, and I'm talking top 10, he called them for sure and said, look, I need creative. I need a private equity firm to buy this and to get me out of it, and I will run stuff for you. What do you say? He's been planning this for sure since day one that he got kicked out.
He guaranteed, and he says July, but the reality is he was talking to him back at the Saudi show whenever that
was.
Or was it before?
Yeah. I mean,
he was in Saudi talking about business. Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. Final news report, and then we're going to get the F out of here. We are approaching the 1 minute mark or 1 hour mark right now. 1 hour 50.
We the ones.
This is our first hour in about 7 months, 8 months. We haven't done a show in a
I know
long
it's been
time.
a while, yeah.
Thank you for everyone for joining us. Nathan and Potter, thank you for calling in. We really appreciate it. The final news is Vince McMahon is back at WWE's corporate office this week, walking around and doing his thing. Vince is back at the office doing his move.
Oh,
True
yeah.
or false? And
false.
You don't think he's back?
I don't think he's walking down doing the Mr. McMahon down the aisle. I think he's in the boardroom. He's doing other things. So when he was at the corporate offices in the towers, Titan Towers, he could have been, but he probably took the executive elevator to the top, went and did different things or whatever. It's not like he was in the commissary or he was breaking bread with, the rank and file. They probably fast-tracked him into board meetings and things at Titan Tower. But other than that, he wasn't boldly just walking around with swagger saying, yeah, Mr. McMahon is back. It wasn't like that.
See, I wanted to believe he was. I want to believe he was like.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see the tape of him just, no chance in hell.
Oh, my God. He plays his music on his phone.
Yeah, he plays his own soundtrack. Got a boombox. Here comes Vinnie Mac with his No Chance in Hell on a boombox.
Nathan, thank you for the kind words. It's not easy to get up here and talk for an hour about pro wrestling. Luckily, Mike and I pretty much live for this shit. So thank you for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate it.
Yes, thanks for joining, everyone. Nathan and Potter especially.
Yes, thank you for calling in. Monday at 1 p.m., Missy Hyatt exclusive interview. If you have any questions for her, send them to me, DM me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anywhere, and I will ask your question live. Also, you can join and ask questions in real time, and we'll do a live Q&A with her. But I'm gonna grill her, and we're gonna see how it goes. I'm excited about it.
I know.
I'm gonna really drill her down good. She's gonna take a good drilling, a pounding in the world of interviews.
Settle down, Jay. I mean, Niko.
So everyone, thank you so much for joining us. We are Niko Knows Best. I was going to say we are World Wrestling Radio, but we're no longer.
We are Niko Knows Best.
Niko Knows Best. So with that being said, we are out of here. Thank you so much, everyone. Let me hit my music, my special Hulk Hogan music. All right, everyone. Have a good night. We are Niko Knows Best.